Welcome everybody to the Pixel CRM and Pixel Marketing Method um, live Q&A and office hours. We'll be on for a little while here, answering all your questions. Just drop them in the chat, and we'll answer them in the best we can. We will be doing these on a consistent basis. This is 5 o'clock Mountain Time, 7 o'clock Eastern right now. So if this time works well for you, we'll be here. But if they have less participation this time a day, then we'll try something else, go in the morning or what have you. So if you're joining us, drop in the chat where you are, if you have any questions, and we'll be hanging out with you. I've been going through a lot of training, a lot of answering a lot of questions on a one-to-one basis through our demos and our support calls. And so it's been a lot of fun interacting with all of you. I love chatting business with other business owners. So happy to open this forum back up and get people to ask questions that other people can learn from as well. Hey, Tim. Good to see you. I know you had a couple of questions you posted in the group. Did you have anything specific you wanted to go over today? And I will share my screen if you guys have questions I can go in my demo account and walk through how to do something or anything like that as well. So this is open forum for support. What would be the best for you to do right now? Tim, have you gone through the Pixel Marketing Method? Have you started at the beginning and gone through the brand AI and did your brand playbook and created your first offers? That's the first part. Okay. Did on the outreach method, have you watched the training on that? So you're on your way through the training. You're out all the way through. Okay. So the big thing is to go through you don't want to get overwhelmed. And so what I always recommend people, and I'll share my screen here, I'll show you. We'll see how this works at least. Yep, this one. So what I always recommend everybody when you're first starting out in Pixl CRM and the masterclass is to just start at the beginning. And so you'll see here in the masterclass, we have understanding your target market, crafting your USP, and developing your brand playbook. These are super important to do. And we do have the brand AI that it's GPT for ChatGPT that'll walk you through that and creating the brand playbook. And then you'll put it into the brand voice inside of Pixl CRM so you can influence all of the AI generation that's there. Once you do that, this piece here will help you determine what you want your business to stand for, what you want to communicate in all of your offers and all of your messaging, your marketing messaging, your outreach, everything there. So if you don't want to skip this step. And so this is the first thing you want to do. You go through that. Just the exercise by itself will have you understanding your business at a different level and understanding who you want to be working with and attracting into your business. So once you do that step, then it's creating your irresistible offers. And I get that the irresistible offer section and the magnetic messaging section isn't really necessarily, diving into Pixl CRM yet. And I get that. But these are the foundational pieces you need to put together so that you are ready to build everything else. And it's the foundational. If you don't have these set up, all of the other messaging and automations you do are going to be just talking to everybody rather than just your target market. Um, with your irresistible offers, you've got your direct offers, your transitional offers, and your introductory offers or promo offers. And uh, this is the distinction between doing a free shoot and providing value. And this goes over that in depth. But again, you want to have, at the very least, when you're first starting out, transitional offer and an introductory offer. And the transitional offer goes from a cold lead or cold prospect to a warm lead. And all that's doing is getting them to raise their hand and say, yes, you can reach out to me. You can contact me. I like what you have to say. And then you give them the introductory offer in your nurture sequence beyond that. And so coming up with these offers here is super important to come up with something that actually makes sense for your target market. And then once you do that, then you're getting into lead generation engine. And this is all about putting that offer in front of somebody. And you do that through inbound, outbound, and organic methods. So make sure that you're doing each step as you go through. Otherwise, you are going to get overwhelmed. If you don't do the magnetic messaging and you just skip through that and you go to the next step and the next step, and all of a sudden there's all this stuff you need to be doing and you don't know what to do next. Let's see. So you're saying more like, what do you put the info in? All right. So like I was saying, the irresistible offers, there isn't a whole lot that you're putting in there. You're creating the landing pages to get people to claim offers. And so for the brand AI, you're going to go down, and we're creating more and more tutorials on this. But if you go down to settings and brand boards and go into brand voice, this is where you're going to put all of the magnetic messaging stuff that once you go through the brand playbook, it'll generate all of this. And you put in all of that in here. And what this allows you to do is allows you to use this brand voice throughout the AI in the system. So if we go back and let's just go to the social planner, for instance, and create a new post. Let's just drop you can click on the AI button here and generate with AI. You can create content throughout the system with this brand voice. You can see you have a check mark here or a toggle for use brand voice, and you can select which brand voice, and then you can use the AI to create content with that. And we have that scattered throughout the system. So if you need to create an email or a newsletter or just a text message to somebody, you can create it with the AI. When it comes to, let me actually pull this open again. When it comes to irresistible offers, it's going to be much more along the lines of creating a claim form for it. Let me just pop this open here so I can keep on going through this. And let's open up sites. So on the sites, like here's the first time free gift. So one of the offers that I had talked about in the book was, and that we did in my business, was the get 2 free box level tickets to an Isotopes game. Isotopes is a minor league baseball team here in the Albuquerque area. And so this is a little bit more of a promo offer than necessarily it's kind of a mix between a promo offer and a introductory offer, because I put it out as a first photo package, but the reason it's more of a promo is that it's more of a gift with purchase. It's not a value stacked introductory offer that I typically would recommend. And so with this though, this is where you're going to put that irresistible offer. You create a landing page with a place for them to claim their offer. And so in this case, it was claim their 2 free tickets, and they could put their information in, claim it. And in this case, we had do you have a listing you'd like to schedule? And it was just a segmentation here of if they had it, I would send them to my order page, which only had this offer on it for them to actually order. If not yet, by soon, then I put them into a nurture sequence for the offer. So let's see, what else you got there? Sorry to ask. Feel free to ask questions. That's what I'm here for. When I create something new, like a post, does it automatically go out to everyone? A post where? Nothing in the system's automatically going to go out unless you set it to go out. And that's a big distinction in the system is, from a marketing standpoint, you don't want anything to go out unless you actually want it to. And so if it's a post, I'm assuming you're talking about from a social planner standpoint, you're going to schedule that. And so if you click create new post, you choose which account you're going to put it into, and then create your content, obviously. And then down here, you can either post now or you can schedule it to go out to everyone, to all of your social media. If you're going to do an email, it depends on how you set it up. If you're going to do, let's go back to marketing, emails. If you set a email to go out and create a campaign, and this is very similar to like a MailChimp or a MailerLite, or where you're going to create an email and then you're going to send it out either now or scheduled in the future. So let's see what I just clicked on. Yeah, so this is just a very easy drag and drop here. But you click on send or schedule, and you can send it now. You can schedule it, put all your information in here, and you can choose who you're going to send it to. You're going to want to segment your list, and we do that automatically by you have your clients, and then you also have your leads throughout the system. And so you're going to want to make sure that you're only sending to who you want to, and then you'll click review and send, and then you'll send it. Same thing. The only time that it's going to send right away is if you're in the conversation view, and you're responding to somebody who responded, who messaged you. So if you're in here and you've got, somebody sends an email and you can click on it to respond. If somebody sends, you click on the reply button, I'll be replying to this email. When I click send, it'll send it. Let's see if I have a text message. There we go. If they text you on your marketing line or your business line, if you have that attached in here and you respond to here and you click send, it'll send it from there. Does that make sense? Does that answer your question? It was a little bit vague on that question to start with, so I think I answered it. All right, awesome. Anybody else have any questions, or you have any questions? That's perfectly fine. Keep asking questions. I'm here to tell you about the system and the Pixl Marketing Method, and make sure that you don't get stuck. I never want people to get stuck on what to do next in PixlCRM. That's why I created the Pixl Marketing Method. So let's say, so the new post in marketing. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, in the marketing. Yeah, that's just going to create a new post in the social planner. Yeah. But yeah, the reason I created the Pixl Marketing Method is because when we built PixlCRM just for us, and we started letting other people into it, they would do a couple of things that we helped them set up with, and then they would just leave it there. And it's like, there's so much more value to the system if you actually start putting these things in place. And so that's where the Pixl Marketing Method came about. And we created all of these the course and the book and everything about it, the modules, so that you could go step by step through it and get the most out of both the system and the marketing in your business. Because there's just so much in here that there's so many different tools that let you automate a lot of your marketing. And nobody was using them to the fullest. Quite frankly, there are times when I'm doing something that's like, oh, I should be doing this, a little bit more automated too. So, don't feel bad, but systematically work through creating your systems and getting them installed in your business so that you actually get the value out of it. And like I said, this 9-step process is there to help you set up all of the things that you need to set up in your business. It's there to give you the direction to ask the right questions and to think through your business. It's like, oh, well, where do I want to, show up for my clients from a lead generation standpoint? Do I do it? You have inbound, outbound, and organic traffic. What do I need to be doing to get my offers in front of them so that they can take them if they're ready to do that? How do I stay top of mind by posting consistently? How do I make sure that when somebody is just cold looking for a real estate photographer, that I show up? And then what do you do in the beginning? So many people, they work so hard to get that first order in, whether they're out there doing, Instagram outreach, or they're doing the Omni outreach, and they're doing all of these things, trying to get people in. And then they place their first order, and then they only, that's it. They get the appointment reminder, they get the delivery email, and then that's it. That's where the first impressions framework comes in. Having a true onboarding process so that people know what to do next. How do you do business? How do they, use the media? How do they continue to work with you? How do they refer you? If you don't onboard them appropriately, they're not going to know that. Another question. I've only had my business phone number for a couple weeks now. Only messages I've had was from my wife. Would these go to my email like the voicemail? Not sure what you mean there. Can you clarify that question? That's a little vague there. So you don't miss them. Oh, a text. No, I mean, you could set up a workflow to do that, but the best thing to do is to have the Lead Connector app downloaded onto your phone. If you go to mobile app in the sidebar, it'll give you the links to download to your phone and have the mobile app on your phone. And then you'll get notifications whenever you get a text message or a email or anything that happens in the system. So just make sure you have that. And then you can respond right from there as well. And that just gets all your communication in one spot. It really does. It's really helpful when your Instagram messages coming in, your Facebook messages coming in, your emails and your phone are all managed in one spot here, especially as you start adding on team members, because then they can do all this. If you have a VA or additional photographers that you want to have access to this. And this is a cool thing that was just launched last week, I think, is you have the internal chat. So you can actually click on new and click on internal chat. And if you've got multiple people set up in your account here, you can add groups and what have you and start a chat. And now you can chat just like a Google chat or a Slack. And you can talk to your team through here, but you could also talk to about different things like that you see here. You can add internal comments to the conversation thread. And so it's really handy as you start adding people on to be able to manage your client communication. And so, say a client messages in about an edit request, and you're going to hand that off to your VA to do something. You can add an internal comment here of, hey, can you handle this and send it to the editor to have them, do whatever. Or if they're going to do the edit request, you can say, hey, the client requested this, and you put it in there. And then you can do your internal chat to chat about it a little bit further. So there's a lot of tools that are in there that you're only going to do if you're in there every day using it. So definitely try to use the app as much as possible, because then you won't miss anything. But again, you get an email when you do a voicemail. If you wanted to set something up, and I really don't recommend this just because it's a it's a workaround. It gets you away from using the app. In workflows, if you create a new workflow, you can do a email the text. Create a trigger for, and this is only for phone numbers, obviously, that are in the system. If you're using a phone outside, it's not going to work. But so if you're going to, let's do customer applied is the trigger. So when that happens, you're going to select, scroll down to reply channel is SMS. And you can select the right phone number if you have multiple phone numbers, which we don't. In my demo account, I don't have any phone numbers. So if somebody texts you on your phone number, that's what this is, then we're going to just send an internal notification. And you can do this by email notification or SMS. No reason to text you if it's already texting you. But if you wanted to email, you do email and just put in your from demo account, from email demo@demo.com. Which user? You can do all users. You can do a particular user, in which case I would just choose your user account. New text from client. Or you could even do new text from and put the contact's first name. And as long as you have the first name in the system, it'll do that. You received a new text message. And then here, you use your custom values, contact, let's say full name, sent this. And then you'll put in here, go back to contact, message body. And so the message that they sent you will be in here, and click save. And then whenever somebody texts in, they're going to get this. Now, what's going to happen is as you get busier and you get bigger and you're going to be getting a ton of text message notifications to your email, and then you're going to get it all buried. You're not going to see any of your emails. So that's why I really don't recommend this, but this would be how you could set that up, where if you wanted a notification anytime somebody texts you, you may want to put in here a wait so that so if you put a wait in here of, say, any number, you put an hour, or you could even do 24 hours. You could keep them from being able to go through this again and again. Because here's the thing is if you respond to them and they respond back, now you're going to get another email. If you respond to them and they respond back again, then you get another email. But you could put a wait in there, and that would keep it from exiting the workflow, which means it won't go back into the workflow again to send it. Does that make sense? I hope that helped and also dissuaded you from doing it, if that makes sense. So feel free to ask any questions. I'm here to talk about PixlCRM, the Pixl Marketing Method, whatever you'd like to chat about, and we can get you moving to the right direction. If we don't have any more questions, I'll keep on going down the first impressions framework. Then we have the client connection roadmap. This is all about staying top of mind. And again, you don't want to move on to the next piece until you've gone through the last piece, because they all kind of build on each other. But this is all about staying top of mind with your clients, and the weekly newsletter and hot sheet email and birthdays and shoot anniversaries, and making sure you're reaching out when you're supposed to. This is all brought about by again, I take influence from a lot of other businesses and a lot of other things that happen The realtors are taught, Gary Keller, the founder of Keller Williams, uh, pioneered the 36 touch system for realtors. And what it is, and there's a couple other variations of it, but what it is a methodology for realtors to stay top of mind with their sphere of influence. And so if they've got 100 people that they know, they're going to divide that up into different lists, and then they're going to manage the relationship by touching them, metaphorically, uh, over the course of a year. And that could be email, text message, phone calls, pop-bys, gifting, events, all sorts of different ways that they show up and that they're staying top of mind with their SOI. And so we took that and tweaked it and made it work for real estate photography and real estate media. And so that's what this client connection roadmap is about, is to do all of those touch points so that you're constantly staying top of mind with your clients, so that when they do have a listing, they think of you first. When their colleague has a listing, they think about you, as a referral first. And so that's the whole point all around this. But again, this doesn't matter if you aren't bringing new clients in. Same thing with the first impressions framework. And so you want to go step by step, put those systems in place so that when you get to the next piece, it makes sense. And that's the next logical step that you need to put in. Same thing with reviews and referrals. This is all about automating the process so that you're constantly getting new referrals, which gives you a better reputation, gets you ranked higher on Google Business Profile and SEO. And it also gives you feedback. The whole point of the beginning and part of this process is to get feedback on, were they happy with the shoot? Thumbs up, thumbs down. If not, then you get notification and you can handle that appropriately. If it's thumbs up, then we can go down the process of asking for a review. But only if they've already left a review. We're not going to ask people who left a review, 2 years ago to leave a review today. It's not going to help. But we also don't want to ask all the time. And so if they're doing 3 or 4 shoots a month, you don't want to be asking for a review every single time until they give you a review, because they're just going to stop interacting with your feedback process. And so what you do, and what we have built out in the system, is that if we ask them for a review, we wait. We'll wait 90 days before asking for a review again. And then every 90 days thereafter, we'll ask them for a review. And then if they are happy with that, then, or they leave a review, then we're going to ask them for a referral. And quite frankly, what we cover over in here is we actually, recommend asking for a referral 2 to 4 times a year. And there's ways that you can set it up so that it's not a constant ask. It's just you can run referral contests and all sorts of stuff. Make sure you go through the module there. But having that as a systematic way of getting referrals and reviews, and rather than just hoping that they leave a review, or occasionally remembering to ask somebody to leave a review. You want this happening in the background all the time so that you're constantly moving your business forward in a systematic way. Client loyalty amplifier. Again, this is your rewards and referral loyalty programs. This could be your birthday club. It could be your punch card system. It could be any number of things. And again, you don't need to set these up until you've gotten your business off the ground and you've got enough leads coming in that it makes sense to do something like this. And a lot of people want to jump around, and I really, really insist that you go from the beginning and work your way through. Reactivation Rocket. This is one of the few things that you can actually implement once you got everything else going. If you've been in business for a little while, it makes sense to kick off the Reactivation Rocket and try to bring back some of those past clients that you may have lost over the years, because whatever reason, because you didn't have a feedback process in place, because you didn't stay top of mind, because you didn't ask them for reviews and get all of those referrals and whatnot out of them. People fall away for any number of reasons. A lot of times it's because your business wasn't the right fit at that point, because you weren't staying top of mind. You didn't onboard them effectively. They didn't see the value in your marketing kit and the videos that you created and all of this other stuff that you thought you did a really great job on, but they didn't think that they were getting value out of it. And so you get that when you bring them back in, but you don't want to bring them back into a broken system. And that's why again, you don't really want to skip a whole lot, but you can run this once you get some of those processes in place, because you want to reactivate them and then have them come back in with the right first impressions, with the right client connection roadmap, so that they feel like you're a different business and that they remember why they work with you. And then, of course, the final module of the Pixl Marketing Method is amplify and expand. And this is all about going back through everything that you rushed through. And I don't want to really say half-assed, because you probably didn't, but stuff that you just didn't know what you didn't know when you set it up the first time, and you're gonna tweak it, and you're gonna see what worked and what didn't work, and you're gonna redo it and tweak it and try different offers and try better onboarding flows, and you're going to have a team maybe at that point, and you'll have additional help, and you'll be able to have somebody call them, whereas before you couldn't, as a welcome call or what have you. So it's all about going back through. Nothing you do in the Pixl Marketing Method is ever designed to be final. You're going to set it up today, and you're going to move on to the next piece, and then you're going to go back every so often and adjust and adapt and tweak to make things work better, smoother, more streamlined, utilizing the new thing that came out, or the new offer, the new product that you're offering. So just keep that in mind. And that's ultimately how you stay not overwhelmed, as you go through step by step, and just know that, yes, there's a ton of stuff to do, but if you just take one step at a time, implement it, you'll get it done. So not a problem, Tim. That was we just went through the Pixl Marketing Method. It's all that's the whole process. We've got a lot of cool things that we're working on, a lot of cool things coming down the pipeline. We're constantly adding new things and changing things up. But I always want feedback from you guys. So that's where this is a great forum for that. If this is asking your questions, giving us feedback, giving us things that you'd like to see different and things that you'd like to see us implement at some point, we're open to that. So I've been talking a little bit. Anybody have any questions? Anything I can help you with, or sort out, or get you unstuck with? PixlCRM, Pixl Marketing Method. Either way. Any feedback on the book, or the podcast? The DM issue is fixed, yes. There was an update to the system. I can even show you that. So if you go to pipelines, go into on the outreach method, you click on here, you'll be able to see, well, it was fixed. I may need to tweak some more now. Let's do a quick refresh. All right, I guess I have to fix some things again. It was fixed earlier this morning. I showed you that in the video. But yes, it does seem to be having an issue. Gotta love it when the system updates. Yeah, I don't know why that's not working. I'll fix that either later tonight or tomorrow morning. Looks like they updated some things too. The other screen works. Yeah, it was. I had it fixed this morning, Keith. So I'm not sure why. And it's working over on another tab. So you can see here, this tab is working. So I'm not sure why it's not. I'll dig into that, Keith. It was a simpler fix this morning, so it shouldn't be too bad. All right. Any other questions? Here to help as much as I can. Did anybody catch the podcast I was on? Jonathan Corbett. He interviewed me about Pixl Marketing Method and PixlCRM and whatnot. We'll be doing some more of that. Yes, this is saved. It'll be on our YouTube channel. You'll be able to go back and watch it. We'll also add it to the learning section under the office hours as well. Not tomorrow, but the day after, I'll be recording a podcast with Shooting the Shit with Rachel Ann and Neil Young on their podcast about PixlCRM and the Pixl Marketing Method. That'll be a great conversation there. Who's going to be at PMRE this year? Does everybody know what PMRE is? It's the Photography and Media for Real Estate Conference. It's a big industry conference in Las Vegas in November, I believe. Yeah, November or something. Let me pull it up. We'll be there. We've been there most of the years here. And I'll just pull up PMRE. We'll be there. We'll be walking around and connecting with everybody. We're not sponsoring anything necessarily there, but we will be having a book signing marketing mastermind happy hour on, I believe it's that Wednesday. So if you're going to be there, let me know and we'll make sure you get the invite for it. Let's see. Should you give your VA access to this ASAP? Access to what? PixlCRM, yes. You should always give them access. That way they can work on everything that you're asking them to work on. Yeah. How do you guys like this time and format for the Q&As? I'm trying to make sure that we have enough bandwidth for everybody to be able to join and ask questions as appropriate and also have access to it. Good. Thanks, Keith. The last time we were doing these, we were doing them as Facebook Lives, I believe. But we've stopped using Facebook for our business platform because we have our group and whatnot. But I said I've had a lot of good conversations over the last couple of weeks with a lot of new users and new just people who are interested in the book and whatnot. So feel free to ask any questions. The name of the conference is PMRE, Photography Media for Real Estate. So it might be a later lesson there, Tim. You're asking if there's a sample good DM for you to check out and possibly tweak. Um, the What I like doing for DMs are uh, the whole point of all my outreach and everything, and we do this too. We're constantly doing the Omni outreach method for Pixl CRM. We're obviously targeting real estate photographers, not agents, but what we're doing is the whole point of it is you're offering a transitional offer, transitioning them from a cold prospect to a warm lead, and you're just getting them to raise their hand. And so the sample message is typically, if you're doing a stock photo package as your transitional offer, which is a great transitional offer. It's in the book. It's in the masterclass as one of the ones for the transitional offers is, hey, I'm a local real estate photographer, a real estate photography media company, whatever you want to put it. And I know how hard it is to get content for your social media and for your website. We put together a free stock photo pack of the local area that can help you with some of the marketing. Would you be interested in it? And that's it. No links, no videos, no voice memos or anything like that. It's just a short DM of, would you be interested? That gets them to raise their hand and respond back to you. Once they do that, then you send them to a landing page, or you send the link to the landing page to claim that offer. And we do that rather than just giving them the link because we want to get their contact info. We want to get them off of the borrowed platform of Instagram or Facebook or wherever they happen to be and into our ecosystem where we can control it, where we have their contact info and we can actually do outreach and get a hold of them. Let's see. So your question is, so instead of her doing a Google form, etc., she can do the whole DM method thing from Pixl CRM going forward. Yeah, absolutely. There's the whole point of Pixl CRM with the Omni outreach method, or even just the DM tracker, is to be able to work your way through outreach all through that, all tracking it, so you don't need to do anything else in there. I'll share my screen again here. Let's see what I've got sharing. This one, I think. Yep. So in the Omni outreach method, and there's a whole training on this in the Omni outreach under learning. But once you go, you're doing the method, you're adding all the leads here or importing them, follow engage, do your DM day, and it will generate the DM for you. So you put a base template of, this is what I wanted to say, and then this is the tweaked message so that it comes out, doesn't come up as a duplicate message all the time. And usually there's a button there. Let me see if my other, that's what Keith was mentioning, is that it wasn't working. Yeah, I haven't refreshed this page, so it's working at the moment. You have a copy DM, and then you can actually open up the Instagram DM the messages for that specific person right from here. If you're just doing interaction or engagement or follow, you click here, and that'll just open up their profile. But here you can click copy, open up the Instagram DM. It will open up their right to their messages. You click paste and go. And then you just move them to the next column. So yeah, it's designed to do the Instagram method or the Omni outreach method directly from here. This is the Omni outreach process here, and then there is a DM method tracker which follows the traditional and what a lot of people have been taught process of doing your leads, your follow engagement, day 1, day 2 engagement, day 3 engagement, then doing your DM, and then engaging afterwards. So depending on which process you're doing, if you're starting from scratch, do the Omni outreach method. That's the most up to date, best process to follow. And then if you have been doing the old method, you can import them right into here. So next question is, when the client responds to the first DM for the stock photo offer, do I need to send them a link to the landing page directly, or does the system do it? You're going to need to set up a either an auto response, or you're going to send the link to it directly from you. So when they respond, you'll see it pop up here in the conversation view. And so there's a couple of ways you can do this. If you want to respond individually, so you can actually see what the message is that they're responding to and their what have you, you can set up a snippet. All a snippet is just a drop down where you can copy and paste or insert a message. So I use this a lot in our outreach for if something doesn't quite fit the automation. And so just add a text or an email snippet. Text, I think, is what will pop up most of the time. So you just type in whatever the message is. So it's awesome. Here's the link to the stock photos to claim the stock photo pack. And then you'll just put in the link for get your free stock photo here.com, whatever your landing page link is, where they're going to claim it. And you'll just name the snippet, claim stock photos, and click save. And now in conversations, say somebody responds, Instagram, it'll pop up as Instagram here. You'll be able to go down here to insert snippet. And I'm on email, so I need to be on a phone or on. Let's see. Snippet of claim. It's not popping up, but it's probably because I just created it. See if I can get it now. Yeah. Well, anyway, you'd find it here in the snippet, and you'd be able to just paste it in, and it would just go. The alternative, and what you will do once you know that it's working right, is you can go into work. I'll create a workflow. Actually, let me find one that I already created, because I've been creating a bunch here. Here's a new workflow. We'll just delete all of this and start over. I just don't want to have a bunch of junk workflows in here. So here's a workflow. Blank. We're going to click on a trigger, and it's going to be customer replied. And we're going to add a filter, and it's going to be reply channel is Instagram or Facebook, wherever we're doing this. Most of you are going to be Instagram. So it's Instagram DM. Click save. And actually, let's go back. Click add a filter. Intent type is positive or negative. So it's going to read the message that comes in. And if it's a positive intent type, it'll respond automatically. And if it's not, it can send either you a message saying, you need to check this, or you can just leave it. And as you see the messages come in, you can respond to them. This is a good way to just have it automatically respond. And so you do that, and then you click on Instagram DM, and you can just message them back and say, here's the link to claim your free stock photos. Link here. And just do that. I don't know why I didn't like that. But yeah, you just do it that way. All right, let's see. What else we got here? We were saying before that in PixlCRM, your VA can send out more each day. Seems like she does less than 10 a day, so no flagging or getting blocked. You should be able to send out at least 20 messages a day. If you spread it out throughout the day, you can do more. Um, I use a third-party automated service to send out messages for me, and I send out 50 DMs a day on one account. I have multiple accounts that I'm sending messages out from. Um, and the reason it can do that is because it's spreading it out throughout the day. It's doing 5 at 9 a.m. It's doing none at 10. It's doing 11 at 10 a.m., 11 o'clock. It's doing 2, and then noon. It's doing another 4, and what have you. It's spreading it out throughout the day, which is a lot more organic, a lot more. It's not going to raise up any red flags. What causes the flagging is when you do a lot of actions in a very short period of time, because it looks like it's automation. And so what you do is, so you can do about 20 a day consistently and not get flagged if you do them all at once. Or you can spread it out and do, say, 10 in the morning, 20 at lunchtime, and another 10 in the evening, and you'll get more out that way without getting flagged. And you're not sending messages directly from PixlCRM on that initial outreach. It's just generating the message for you and getting you to the inbox, and then you just have to paste in the actual message to send it. That's just a limitation of the way the Meta API is. They don't want you spamming people by just putting them into a system and being able to send DMs out. So did that answer your question, both Keith and Tim? Did anybody else have any other questions? Perfect. Perfect. All right. Hang out for another couple of minutes if you have any more questions. We'll be doing these fairly consistently. Like I said, if we have some more participation, hang out as long as I can. If we have a want to do this more in the morning, maybe we'll do a morning session 1 week and an evening session the next week, just so we can kind of switch it up and get as much people the help that they want. But of course, as always, if you have any pressing question or a question you want to do more of a face-to-face one-on-one, you can email me, send me a text, or book a support call, and we can jump on a Zoom and dive into your account and actually get you the help that you need and explaining what it is that you're looking for. And like I said, Keith, I'll look into what they updated again on the DM buttons. I said I fixed it this morning, and but we'll get that fixed too. All right. Well, if we don't have any more questions, we'll wrap it up there. And like I said, we'll see you next Tuesday at 5 p.m. Mountain Time. We'll keep this time for a couple times, and then we'll see if people want any other types of morning hours or anything like that. So great chatting with you guys. Like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out, and talk to you then. Have a great evening, I guess. It's well past afternoon. Have a great evening. See you guys.